J-Nell here with my UFC 229 recap video. It happened last night from Las Vegas. I hope you saw it. If you haven't, you've probably heard about it. Let's talk about it. I got 4 out of 5 picks. So good night for me. Let's just zip through these fights so we can talk about what we all want to talk about. Okay, so this first fight, I missed the first 2 rounds. It was my niece's birthday yesterday, so I got to the fight late. The fight pretty late, and I missed the first 2 rounds, but I did get the pick of Michelle Waterson to beat Felice Herrig. I saw like about the last 3 minutes of the fight, basically. From what I saw, it looks like she was probably pointing her. She got the point victory. I'm not even sure if it was a unanimous or split decision. Someone let me know if it was unanimous or split decision victory. Let me know how the fight went down from your eyes and how you saw it, and who would you like to see Michelle Waterson fight next. Next up, I barely got this pick. I think we all, but it was still like, wow. Okay, let's talk about it. Chose Derek Lewis to beat Alexander Volkov, and wow. Okay, so he's losing this entire fight. All 3 rounds, okay? Alexander, he's just straight pointing him, not just pointing him, he's landing clean shots, hard shots. He has a point where he actually took him down, a point where Derek tried to take him down, but it like backfired on him, and he landed on the bottom, and Alexander's teeing off from the top. He had Derek bloody, his face bloody. So Alexander is winning this fight. Round 1, round 2, round 3. Until Derek connected with, I believe it was an overhand right that looked like it extended Alexander's neck, knocked him down to the ground. Then he ground and pound and rained down right until Alexander stopped. Sleep. It was, I mean, people were booing. Okay, there was little action, even though Alexander was clearly winning the fight. There wasn't as much action as we would have liked to seen, especially from Derek. He wasn't putting together any combinations. He was basically looking for that big shot the entire fight, and he was running out of time. 13 seconds was left when this happened, when this fight was ended, when the ref jumped in and saved Alexander's life because it looked like he was going to punch a hole through. 13 seconds left. That was it. Who would you like to see next for Derek Lewis? He said no, he's not ready for the champ with that type of cardio. Amongst other things, he took off his pants, said his balls was hot, all sorts of stuff. Great interview from Derek Lewis. Who would you like to see fight next? Next up, this is the only pick I did not get. I chose OSP, Ovin St. Preux, to beat Dominic Reyes. He did not. Dominic, not only did he jump on him first, jumped on him early and didn't stop. He has a very high offensive output. I think I need to look at more footage of this cat. I see why he's undefeated. He is hard, he's powerful, he's quicker than he looks. He made a mistake there at the end. He could have gotten an actual finish, but he landed a big shot which knocked OSP on the ground, and he thought he knocked him out. He walked away, and it was like only a few seconds left, so the bell rung and the round was over. You did not knock him out. The ref did not stop the fight, so it ended up being a decision victory, unanimous, instead of an actual finish, a TKO. We all know those little things matter, you know what I mean? So, lesson learned for Dominic. Great fight, great win against a good opponent. Who would you like to see Dominic Reyes fight next? I got to look up some more footage. I think I might need to do some research on him. Now, co-main event, I was more excited for this fight than I was the main event, actually, and I got this pick in the fight of the night, and oh my God, bloody war with the disappointing ending. Let's talk about it. I chose Tony Ferguson El Corey to beat Anthony Showtime Pettis. OMG, did he? But this fight, holy, okay. So they're going first round going back and forth. Massive pressure from Tony Ferguson. He would not let Anthony Pettis breathe, not a minute. He's following around the entire octagon, cutting him off, walking him down, throwing shots. He was jabbing him. Anthony's throwing back. He's throwing kicks, but he's trying to mix it up. He's trying to throw Tony off, but for the most part, that first round went to Tony Ferguson. Round 2, though. Round 2, they come out. They actually both throw a kick at the same time, but with Anthony's kick came an overhand right that connected, dropped Tony Ferguson. And here he goes scrambling. Anthony follows up. He clocks him again. Clock. Tony rolls. Comes again. Clock. scramble on the ground. El Kukui is in full Kukui mode. He is scrambling, okay? Like I said, he's flipping. All of a sudden, he actually grabs a hold of a leg, which he's known to do while he's off his back. He spins around, and Anthony Pettis is on top in his guard, raining down shots. And as he's raining down shots, El Kukui cuts him from the bottom with them slick elbows. You know, he's one of the few fighters to win rounds off his back like that. Slices up Anthony Pettis. Huge cut in his hairline that is dripping blood. Also, the shot that Anthony Pettis landed that dropped El Kukui, blood pouring from El Kukui's mouth. Blood everywhere. On the shorts, on both men, all over the face. El Kukui manages to get back up, and now they're going back and forth again. They're going back and forth. They're smiling. At one point, while Anthony had him on the ground, he looks up, but sticks his tongue, and he's like, blood dripping down from his face. This is the beauty. This is the violence of fighting combined that we want to see. All in this fight. Highly skilled fighters. Whew, now, get back up. They're going back and forth again. Anthony's trying. He comes up with like a cartwheel quick. It was quick. Whew, barely misses. Tony's jumping off the fence, trying Superman punches, all kinds of things. They are brawling. They are going at it. In my opinion, Tony begins to get the better of this chaos. He begins to start to institute his game plan again. He gets Anthony to get his back up against that cage again. And I like both fighters. You know, I'm an El Kukui girl, but I like Anthony Pettis too. I found myself rooting for whoever fighter was in the negative position. I found myself just trying to coach them out of it. So while Anthony Pettis is against the cage with blood raining down his body, I'm like, move, Anthony, slide, get your back up off the cage, Anthony, even though I picked Tony. And Tony's picking him apart. He is picking him apart on that cage. And then at one point, at the end of the round, Anthony tried this little cartwheel move, very beautiful move, lands on the ground. Tony tries to rain down some shots. Brr, end of the round. This all happened in round 2, people. Tony's sitting there, and he's looking. He's not at his corner. He's in the middle of the octagon. He's pointing to him. He points. He says, he's done. Anthony's sitting on the ground. He doesn't get up for a while, and that's when he's done. He gets up, goes over to his corner, talking to his corner. Turns out Anthony Pettis broke his hand. It's been plaguing him his entire career. Great performance injury, spectacular performance injury, wins the belt injury, loses the belt. It's plagued him his entire career, and he's still only 30 years old. But he broke his hand in this fight. They had to throw in the towel. The fight was over. Winner El Kukui, he was in tears on the ground. I think just coming off this surgery, 6 months, all of the emotion poured through. Amazing fight. Winner El Kukui, of course, he called out both of the men in the main event. Who do you think he should fight next? Now let's get to it. Main event, and still the UFC lightweight champion, the Eagle, Mr. Khabib Nurmagomedov, successfully defends his title against Conor McGregor, the notorious one. Now let's get into this real quick so we can talk about what happened after. Now, round 1, they're going back and forth. Conor McGregor's takedown defense definitely has improved. You could see that he was spinning. He had great balance. He could spinning and turning and getting. It was really hard for Khabib to take him down that first round, but eventually he did. And once he did, he actually didn't do too much damage. He was too busy trying to secure the position, secure the hold, secure the legs. Conor was moving. He was sliding. He was trying to get out. So again, Conor's ground game, you could see the improvement. You could see the improvement in the takedown defense, the wrestling, all of that in that first round. You could really see it. Eventually, though, he did end up on his backup for a lot of that round, holding Khabib's weight for a lot of that round on the defense. So I believe that round went to Khabib. Second round, I'm trying to remember how this went. Second round is when Khabib did the most damage. Second round is when he actually clocked Conor with a right. Knocked him on his booty. Bam! Conor immediately got back up and then threw some shots back of himself. Khabib went up for the clinch. Conor threw a knee. So now he's really on the ropes. Khabib managed to lock his arms around Conor McGregor, lifted him up, and bam! On the ground we go. Now this time he did manage to get off significant ground and pound. At one point he had Conor's head pinned up against the cage. Conor had his legs extended, but he was still raining down shots to the body, to the face. This is when we actually started to see damage. Round 2, totally Khabib, possibly a 10-8 if by the new rules, a 10-8 round. Now, round number 3. This round was almost completely standing, I believe. There's one moment where he probably got a takedown, but Conor was able to pop back up. And this is the round where Conor most likely probably won. This is the round I would give him because it stayed standing and Khabib boxed with him. I think he had had a little emotional, or not, excuse me, a little physical dump from from trying to finish him in that round before. So I think there was a little lull period. And in that little lull period, he kind of had, you got to get your second win and all of that back together. Not saying Khabib was tired. No. But after that dump, there's a period. And in that period, Conor was able to outbox him. He was able to outbox him, outpoint him on the feet, the whole nine. He got him a few good times, stopped the movement, knocked him back a few times. So yeah, the third round went to Conor McGregor. Now, number 4, championship rounds. At the end of the third round, Khabib was complaining because Conor was blatantly holding the glove. And it was really blatant too. I'm surprised the ref didn't say anything about it. Conor also was sticking his toes in the octagon, also very blatant. The ref moved it at one point, but didn't give him a point, and he was grabbing the shorts, all of that. So after the end of the third round, Khabib had quite a bit to say to Conor, to the judge, to the ref, and to his corner. They're trying to just focus back on the fight. Now, round 4, they go back into it. Again, they're going back and forth, back and forth. Khabib gets his arms around him, and the way he got this takedown, it was really a beautiful thing to watch. So he has Conor up against the cage. He's got his arms clasped, but Conor's fighting it off. Like I said, he's got his hands down on the ground, so he's just trying to stop him going all the way down. And there's Khabib went a few different ways trying to get this takedown. He tried to drag him this way, tried to drag him that way, hook the leg here, hook the leg here. Eventually he spinned him, and as he spinned him, he got the hooks in, so he had his back, and then as they were turning, he was able to quickly turn and get the mount. It was pretty. It was pretty. Khabib, when he gets his arms clasped around you, behind your back, it's a scary thing. Eventually, you will be taken down. He's got his chain wrestling isn't just like 2 or 3 moves. It's like 5, 6, 7 moves. So he will get you down. It's quite a beautiful thing. So he gets him down, mounts some more ground and pound. He eventually takes Conor's back and gets a neck crank. They're calling it an RNC, a rear naked choke. But it was not underneath the chin, and it looked like a neck crank. Someone explain to me the difference, please, because I thought this was a neck crank, but they're calling it a rear naked choke. Either way, Conor tap, tap, tap. Now. So after he taps, the fight is over. Khabib gets up. He's automatically yelling at Conor. He's like, then, so they push him back from Conor. Then he goes over to Dylan Dennis, Conor's grappling coach, takes his mouthpiece, throws it, bow. Walks over to him as he's cussing him out. The people in the red jackets come in, they hold him back. But it's the red jacket people. They should have had the coaches and people come and hold him back, honey. Because he gets away from the red jacket people, climbs over that fence super quickly, over the cage, and eagle kicks, into the audience directly at Dylan Dennis. I'm serious. He eagle kicked into the audience at Dylan Dennis, and chaos ensues. Oh my gosh. So there's plenty of security there. The fans are going at it. There's fans taking shots at Dylan, fans taking shots at Khabib. As this is going on, Conor McGregor, he gets on the cage trying to go over, but he gets stopped by the people inside. Immediately as he tries to get on, right after that, Khabib's cousin, who's kind of next to him, he tries to get up on the cage too to go over the fence to help Khabib. Now he's looking down and making sure he doesn't fall off the cage, and as he's looking down, not looking at Conor, who's also on top of the cage, Conor, clocks him with a left to the face, clean, hard, on top of the cage. So now he throws a hammer fist at Conor on top of the cage. He gets drugged off the cage by like Herb Dean and a couple other people. They get Conor off of the cage now too. There's still chaos going outside of the ring. Now inside of the ring, the cousin's trying to get at Conor. And while that's happening, 2, not 1. First, the one in the black, Khabib's corner, climbs from the outside of the octagon into the octagon, trying to get to Conor. Then the guy in the red, outside the octagon, over the octagon, into the octagon. First, the guy in the black gets Conor inside the face. Conor sees him. He starts to square up. The other guy comes from around and clack to the body and to the face. They jumped him. They sucker punched him. Wow. They separate them, and then Conor gets back to this side of the octagon, and then the original cousin that's Conor sucker punched on top of the cage, he bum rushes him to the cage, and then they grab him. This was amazing. This was amazing. Well, quickly, I only have a minute left. So let's talk about this. I hope Khabib, I hope they don't revoke his citizenship or his license, his visa, able to travel here, because let's not forget that Conor is not a citizen here either, and he seems to be able to do these types of things and put innocent lives in danger and all of that without really getting punished or getting threatened not to be able to come to the States. So it'd be interesting if that happens to Khabib. Now the Las Vegas Commission is holding his $2 million purse. I don't know if they've taken it yet. You let me know if they've taken it yet. You let me know what you think should happen. Should there be an immediate rematch? If you look at based on the fight alone, I'm not sure it warrants an actual rematch. Conor pretty much got his butt whooped, and the guys who jumped to the cage, you deserve to get charges pressed. You deserve to lose your right to fight in the UFC. You jumped inside of the octagon and jumped a guy who just got his butt whooped. Come on, y'all. As for the rest of them, let's see what happens. Let me know how you did pick, your injury updates, and what you thought about this melee. Follow me on Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Talk to me. Take care. Goodbye.